Happy Valentine's Day, Cancer. Welcome to your February 2022 astrological forecast. So there's a few planets in Aquarius right now, right? But I think for you the big deal is there are like 4 planets still in Capricorn in your opposite sign. Okay, in your 7th house where you have the sign of Capricorn. So they're directly across from your sun or whatever other planets or whatever you have in Cancer, right? And I think I mentioned already about Mars being in Capricorn, and actually it just moved like on the 24th, January 24th, into Capricorn, and so you've got Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto, all in your 7th house of close relationships. Okay, this is a business relationship, romantic, close friend. This is also the house of open enemies and competition, among many other things. But a lot of times, you know, when Mars is here, it brings out aggressive people, you know, people who, as far as open enemies go, okay, it's someone that everyone knows you two don't get along. So that's what the word open means. It's no big secret that you two do not get along, okay? So at this time, you know, if it seems like people are just pushing your buttons, usually that is somebody like deliberately does something like that to get you to act up, you know, act out of character, especially in public, right, to make you look bad. So you might want to keep that in mind. You know, if this is business related, Mercury goes direct on the 2nd, and it's in Cancer. In Capricorn, in your 7th house. So it was already here, right, in retrograde motion, and even before that, it was in Aquarius, your 8th house, where you have Aquarius, right, and the sun and whatever are here right now. Anyways, now that it turns direct, some kind of conversation that you were having with one of these people in your life, okay, you were able to kind of like review possibly, you know, whatever was said, or change your mind about something, even the relationship itself, you know, especially when this when Mercury turns direct in your 7th house, you may want to like revisit, you know, that subject or something with this person, and like get things straight, make sure, you know, everybody's clear on whatever it was that the subject was, more than likely your relationship. Okay, so you know, there's a new moon in Aquarius on the 1st. Okay, the sun is here up until the 18th, and Mercury does move into Aquarius again on Valentine's Day. Okay, so you have Aquarius on your 8th house of other people's resources and money, but it's also jointly held property and resources like bank accounts and credit cards, okay? So there's a full moon on the 16th in your 2nd house in the sign of Leo, okay? The 2nd and 8th houses are directly across from each other, and they're money houses, okay? So the full moon brings things to a head, more or less, okay? The new moon brings a new beginning. So at the beginning of the month, if you are, let's say, in a partnership where you own property with someone, or this could be romantic, this could be a spouse, or just someone that you're have a definite, solid relationship with, and you share resources, you share money or property or credit cards, something like that, right? If it's a business partner, the same thing, you know. You have Jupiter in Pisces right now. It used to be, it was already in your 8th house, which should have opened up a lot of generous avenues, more or less, other people giving you access to whatever it is that they have, okay? So now it's moved into your 9th house, where you have Pisces. The sun will move here on the 18th, and Neptune is still here. Okay, so anyway, if, let's say, like in the recent past, you had some kind of breakup with someone, let's say even romantic, or you were divorced even, okay? Maybe you are still, trying to get your stuff. You're trying to get what is owed to you. Fairly, even if it's money, property being divided up fairly. Having Jupiter in your ninth house of legal matters kind of helps that right now. Jupiter is the natural ruler of the ninth house, okay? And one of the aspects associated with the ninth house is legal matters. So if there was, if something was stalled, in that area, it should be, at least even when Mercury turns direct, start to move forward. Okay, so if this is romantic, you want your stuff. Okay, if this is business, you may be in business with someone who wants to spend, and you don't want to do that. You don't want the business to go in a certain direction. Also, again, having Jupiter in the ninth house indicates like a lot of contact with foreign countries, foreign people. Import-export business falls here, so maybe you want to open up new areas. You want to do business in another country even, and maybe your partner just doesn't want to do that. They're not up to it, or they just don't feel like it, or something or other. Now, if this is a close friend, they may have borrowed money from you, or borrowed something of yours that they've never returned. Especially if it is money, you may have to keep asking about it, and they keep putting you off or something like that. It could be a number of things, but I believe this month everything is revolving around a close relationship with someone in regards to money. Okay, money or resources, things that you own. Okay, the full moon on the 16th in your second house of earned income and your possessions, what you own. Okay, the full moon will bring things to a head where you're going to demand that you get what is yours. Even if this isn't a partner, it could be an institution of some kind, like a financial institution, like the bank, or a credit card company that you've been having to fight with all the time, charges that aren't yours, or fees that they snuck in there that you never signed up for, this or that. You know what I mean? All of this, I believe that's a little bit of what, as far as finances go, is what's happening there. But again, it could also be back to, your close relationships, all these planets in your seventh house of Capricorn right now. And as far as the discussion goes, let's say about a romantic relationship that I was saying you might want to revisit, is that now that there are planets in your eighth house is many other things too, okay? So it is a give and take kind of house where maybe you feel that in your relationship with this person, you're doing all the giving, okay? And they're doing all the taking. And that's the way maybe it has been for a while, and you want it to stop. It's got to change. It's not working out, it's not the way you want it to be. So that could be something that really comes up around that new moon even. The new beginning, a new way of doing something in regards to your money, period, and how it's spent and how it's shared and, whatever. Okay, so as far as the sun moving into Pisces on the 18th and your ninth house, having Jupiter here, does bring out the wanderlust, more or less, to travel, maybe a lot of times it's the trip of a lifetime. It is a trip to a foreign country or someplace that you've always wanted to go to. It's your dream trip. This house, though, is also a big social, internet house, but it's media and publishing. Maybe you are doing something online right now, and that's the way you do travel, is through your mind. You're just in contact with people in other parts of the world through some kind of media platform that you have. Or if you don't have it right now, you're beginning something like that. Okay, but this is having Jupiter in the ninth house brings out the adventurer in you. Okay, that you're looking for an adventure. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Cancer on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Capricorn, and those dates are the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, speculation, anything to do with children, is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 27th. The best time for your career is the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So, happy Valentine's Day. I'd like to thank my subscribers for coming back and supporting me the way that you do. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, like and share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Also, check out the links below in the description area. There's information there if you would like to have your chart done. Also, check out my weekly forecasts. So, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.